Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Deb, where I share the human experience to help others gain insight and confidence into their human experience, let them know that they're not alone, and just help navigate this thing called life, because none of us were given a manual. And now with the internet, manuals are coming out. People are sharing their experiences so that we can all kind of walk each other home. In a sense, we are learning that everyone vibrates at different resonances, and it's okay to not resonate with one person over another. So if you have found my channel and it resonates with you, that's amazing. It's the information's a little scattered, but eventually it will find its core north star, and we'll start honing on specific subjects. But right now I am just letting things come channeled through me as they will. And yeah, mostly I'm on the journey of learning my path also, and my path is to share. My path is to be open with my experiences, because that's what comes naturally for me. And I naturally have so much compassion for humans out there that it's like, no matter what I try to do as a career path, it's ultimately, how can I help people suffer less? How can people love themselves more? How can I help people choose joy over fear? Because so many people are afraid. And this is kind of where I wanted to go with today's video, which is going to be kind of short because I'm a little short on time. Mostly my coffee maker's out of commission, and I live in the middle of nowhere, so I can't just run out and buy what I want. I have to wait for it to ship. Of which, if I'm going to wait for something to ship, I want to wait till I have the research to actually buy what I want. And so in the meantime, I've had to organize extra time in the morning to go get coffees. Beautiful. You wanted to know that, right? It's the human experience. Life throws things at us and we have to adjust. But I've told myself I'm going to make these morning videos. And then I had an errand that was thrown at me at 10 o'clock last night from the mini-me, the little clone that I have created, the little extra player in this game that throws extra tasks and achievements my direction without me knowing. And so that made me have to be somewhere extra early this morning, and the schedule had to change. And that's life, and that's okay. And there was an old me that would have gotten mad about things like that. There was an old me that was so strict on control that anything that threw it off, I would just like not be okay with it. And, sorry, I just realized how late this is. And then sitting crooked. Yes, I don't edit my videos, so that's staying in there. I guess everything's gonna stay how it is, so that we don't make that happen again. There was one time I did this really well, and today is not that time. So I just touch it like that. It's still crooked. My apologies. We'll figure this out another day. Are you still with me here? 3 minutes in. It's a bunch of babbling. This human experience. As I have been encountering some situations in my life recently, I've been curious about how these situations came to play about. So I pulled out some old journals because I wanted to see, so whatever we're experiencing right now, whatever our external reality is in the present moment, is actually the past vibrations being reflected back. So if you're curious about what you're seeing now, just look in the past and see what the patterns were, see what it was. And so I've been looking through journals, and wow, like the shifts that I have had over the years, I mean, even just 1 year is incredible. And then looking back at the darkness that I went through, like, you guys, I lost a lot of friends because, good vibes only. But I was going through some stuff, and none of them knew how to help me. Mostly, like, I'm a single parent. None of them are single parents. None of them knew how to help me. The only friends I did have that were kind of parents weren't really parents, and they're dead now. So there's that. Of which one of them was in my journal entry the other day, and it just reminded me how special it is to journal. it's even if they just sit there and you don't ever go through them again, like you will eventually pick them up sometime. There will be a time where God or your spirit guides call you to pick up those journals, and you're going to flip to the things that you need when you need them. Like I have journals this thick, and somehow I flipped to all the right ones that I needed. And you know, one of them was about a birthday dinner that I was invited to. And I remember, so I had written in the journal how all these people had this one incredible feat in common. They were all expert level at their craft. And here I am years into this community, and I haven't even passed the very beginner level of the craft. And I was the only person at that table that was an expert level. The only person. And one of my life coaches asked me one time, because I was so like, I don't have anything in common. Like I'm a parent. I have different responsibilities. My finances, I have to afford so much more than they do. They get to spend their extra money on their craft and having fun and building community. And my extra money goes towards my family and supporting whole other people, even of which like he mostly supports himself, and we still are doing the best that we can. I'm very careful with words, so I'm going to switch the subject there. Anyways, the life coach was saying it's not as important to focus on what it is that's different about us all. It's more important to focus on what do I have common with them? What do I have in common that brought me to that table? And you hear the phrase in relationships and dating, like, well, what do you have to bring to the table? Or maybe in collaborations, what do you have to bring to the table? And for the longest time, I didn't understand what I brought to the table. And now I do, a little bit. I understand that there's a lot uncovered. I understand that the constrictions of a 9-to-5 job have me operating at probably 20% right now. Because even before now, the last 6 years, it wasn't a 9-to-5 job. It was a flexible job. It was restaurant. It was a different vibe. It was whatever. And I was able to have a better lifestyle. So I was constantly operating at a high level capacity. I was taking a shower 3 times a day because I had ventured so much. And now I barely have to force myself to shower like every 3 days. I mean, that's not really true, but like I could be that extent, because this last year has had like zero. Oh, it's not zero. It's been a rough year. It's been a lot of insight and a lot of growth and a lot of narrowing down what's super important to me. A lot of coming into my strength of knowing what my core values are and what kind of boundaries I want to stand for. There were certain things of boundaries that I put up the last few years that I didn't think that I had to place them as boundaries. And the people that I placed those boundaries with, they didn't understand. They're like, what do you mean that's a problem? Like in their brain, it's okay. Like that's just sometimes you're just different. Sometimes you're just better than people. Sorry to say it that way, but you are. If you're watching these videos and you're resonating with things that I'm saying, it's because you desire a higher level of life. It's you have higher values and self-worth for yourself. You know that you're better than to be a fearmonger about what's going on in the world. You know, and taking action to change what's in the world is different than being a fearmonger about what's going on in the world. So do not catch up on words for political correctness and saying I don't care about worldly events, because I do. I'm just using my gifts and my way that I know how to take effect for the greater good of this earth and people going forward. So with that said, I have lost my train of thought, and nature is so freaking beautiful. I have food sitting here that's getting cold, and mostly I just lost my train of thought. So usually when that happens, that means the flow of connection to source and God has cut off, and it's now Deb and no longer God talking. So that's how this channel works. I'm Deb. I like to share the human experience and channel from God and source. And when I start talking and flowing like this a lot of the time, it's information from your guides. It's information that you're meant to hear. It's information that only I can say in the way that I say it, with the tone of voice that I say it. Like, I'm not sure if you understand. When people say you can only watch videos you resonate with, like, that's a literal fact, as far as my voice, you're not watching someone else could be saying the exact same words, and it's not going to hit the same because it's not coming from my voice, from my experiences, from my motherly wisdom, from my traumatic experiences, from my backing and knowing of faith, of what's real and true for my experience and what I know could be real and true for you if you love yourself enough, right? Like this channel is about awakening to the journey of feeling connected and feeling your wholest, because that's the path of joy, that's the path of love, that's the path of compassion, that's the path of collaboration, that's the path of community, and that's the path of changing the world. And that's what we're here to do, is create a world where it doesn't create broken humans anymore. So my name's Deb, and if you're down for this wonderful journey, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video that's meant for you. Like for the algorithms, comment if you're ready for a shift. 777 for the luckiness. I say 777 because this time frame of 7 days, I think today was going to be day 4, but for 7 days I chose to come online as a live for 7 minutes at 7 p.m. my time, which is Mountain Standard Time, just to give people an opportunity to come and interact, and for me an opportunity to interact as well. So tonight, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 2 hours behind New York, 1 hour ahead of California. Make sure you join me. We only have a few more days left. If people are in there, the conversation might go longer than 7 minutes, but if nobody's in there, I'm cutting it off at 7 minutes. So jump in there, get the conversation going, and we'll stay in there longer. It's been a good time when people do show up. So, yep, much love. Have a wonderful day, and as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for putting yourself first. Doing the work is a journey, and you're here for it. So let others guide you. Cheers.